So the growth in revenues is coming more from more sales or by charging more?
More sales. We also charge differentially based on the geography. So, for example, what we charge in India is not the same as we charge in Singapore, for example, and it has a lot to do with the perception of the the organization that buy our product, the cost of selling into that geography. So we do have differential pricing, but I would say majority of our additional revenue comes from selling new licenses or new customers.
Roughly how much is the cost of developing a product?
Well, Ranjit, you may want to answer that question. It's actually
I think typically what the components of the cost typically involved in the product development is largely to do with the people, the resources that we have, and second most important is the third party to the software that is needed to build the to develop the product. So again, what happens is we define a budget which typically is to start to get the product rolling. So the investment that we make in version 1 is not the only investment that happens in a given point of time. But as I said, we have 8 versions. So enhancements need to be provided for in the product. So it may vary from man months. Typically a man month is like 50 man months, so 100 man months is a investment time frame for the first version. But as we progress, the investments incrementally happen.
You might want to tell about what have been our.
Okay, so typically again here what we have invested over past from the inception when we started developing our own IPs in 2001 till the current date, we have invested around close to $1.5 million in product development. To answer that question,
in numeric
form.
What attracts you to building up products where even big IT software companies don't venture?
First of all, any product company starts with a vision, and our vision is basically IP based. So that's the first thing. Secondly, as I mentioned to you, we believe that in the long run, the IP and the products will offer a higher multiple, a higher rate, a higher return, and a value to all the concerned stakeholders. We see that happening somewhat even now, as the global scenario is. So our motive for products is, as I said, two. One is our passion to have our own IP. Second is our belief that this actually, in the long run, will make much more value for stakeholders around.